Well, hello again, and welcome to session 9 of 3 Minutes with Mo. And this session is titled Practice Being Mindful. So, how often do you really pay attention to something? Maybe sit still and focus on just one thing. Really pay attention to what you're doing and what you're thinking about. So often we might pay attention to trivial issues and then get somewhat upset because we can't always focus on what's relevant. So this is where the practice of being mindful may help, because in utilising mindfulness we can gain control of our attention. Now, I think sometimes that there's a misunderstanding about being mindful. Being mindful doesn't mean sitting down and meditating for hours. It can just take a few minutes and concentrating, focusing on one thing. So I'd ask you here, how often have you driven your car and arrived at a destination and wondered how you got there? Now, of course, you've paid attention to the rules of the road, but you haven't really noticed what you've driven through. And I think for those of you who are drivers, you'll know exactly what I mean. And it's often here that our mind just wanders over so much and we don't really pay attention to one thing. So you could be mindful of what you're doing at the present moment, watching and listening to me, focusing on what I'm saying and thinking about it. I think mindfulness can help you deal with your experiences without being overwhelmed by them. Being mindful can provide positive experiences for your brain by increasing the neural pathways for positive mental health. And I think that research has shown that practicing mindfulness regularly can thicken the cortical layers in the regions of the brain that control attention. So to help you practice, why don't you just take some time each day to focus on one thing? And again here, it will be important to think about your breath. So for example, if you're picking your kids up from school, waiting in the car, just try and focus on one thing, whatever it is that suits you. So as I said, it may be important to think about your breath, to breathe deeply. So it is important to be open to what's happening. Don't judge anything. Just be mindful. Mindful people tend to look at their lives more objectively. Perhaps it's because they don't judge themselves too harshly, and they learn to deal with the ups and downs of everyday life. So, it may be helpful here to ask yourself, what's important to me at this point in my life? And focus on that. Be mindful about that. So, thank you very much again for watching and listening. And next week, we'll go on to temperament. Okay, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and colleagues.